2024 was such a deep year. Like, it was really deep. And I'm not saying this because we started the podcast, where we talked about really deep stuff, in 2024. I'm just talking about, like, looking at the world at large, the status quo of things in the country. I mean, with people and in their individual lives, like, people went through a lot of deep stuff, to handle in one lifetime, right? And it was a lot. I mean, personally, my story was one of ups, downs, and many roller coasters, like the type to make you scream at the top of your lungs. The type that goes at very high speed. I mean, I learned a lot fighting wars that only you can see, right? Shedding skin, learning that you can be very close to, achieving, or you can even have achieved, and then lose it all in one instant. Just, everything just goes, right? Had my share of trials and tribulation. I switched careers, and it was a really crazy hurdle, right? I made like 139 job applications. I got accustomed to failure, to rejection, lost family, lost relationships, friends, so much financial struggles. It was really crazy. I had to do this podcast. I mean, at a point, this podcast was just doing it was the only thing that made me really happy. Recording it was the only thing that made me happy. It was just really crazy. It was a lesson in, the difference between desperation and determination. And speaking of that, I watched Koti a lot. I watched this video that she made. Koti is a YouTuber that tells, creative stories centered around, the culture. And there's this one in particular I saw recently that really broke me down to tears. It was the story of Crayon. It felt so relatable. It felt like my story. Of course, mine was doing tram, Emzolina, and Kudin. I got to learn that both people, a desperate person and a determined person, two of them want to succeed, right? But the former is more focused, more anxious, really, more worried about, their situation, that they don't see clearly how to get out of it, how to get to their goal. But a determined person is willing to, be dedicated, be patient, and more confident about coming out of their situation and hitting their goal. And it was really, really crazy. But there was also a lot to be grateful for, right? For family, friends, community. I think that's one thing that, helped me, having communities of people that were, willing to stand by me. And I think it's one of the things that kept people, besides their faith, right? Besides faith, really, because I find that no matter what, you always need that. You need faith, you need hope to stay alive, to survive, in really trying times like this. But besides that, community, very, very strong support system for many people. And we're alive. 2024 is gone. I remember when I was younger, I was told this. I was told that on the 31st night, right, 31st into 1st, like around 11:59 into 12 a.m., that if you go out in the night, you're going to see the year dressed in a gown. The previous year will be dressed in a gown and will be waving at the sky. And then the new year will be coming in. I wonder why I believed that, but it was something, that we always stayed up at night, if we're not going to crossover nights, that is, to look out for. It's giving this funeral dearly departed vibe, right? And we will always remember our dearly departed year 2024. So I think in memory of 2024, we should have a moment of silence.